everyone, welcome back to the Ask Not Me Anything podcast. Today I'm sitting down with Nahscha, who is an artist and subway busker who I met recently singing in the subways. This is what she sounds like. I'm so excited. I met Nahscha recently and now we're friends, and now she's here on my podcast, and we just recorded the episode and we had an amazing conversation. So let's just get into it. All right. So Nahscha, how are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
You just, where'd you travel here from?
From New Jersey.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
How long was it?
It's like, well, first I picked up my friend, so that was like 30 minutes. And then from him, it was another like 40 minutes.
Cool. Well, thanks for crossing like 2 rivers to get here
No
to
biggie.
record this podcast. I'm excited. Let's
Yes.
let's just get right into the first question.
Let's do it.
So first question is from @LaraGrace.Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been nervous singing in front of people?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always been nervous, but because I started performing when I was only like 12 publicly. And you can see in the video, like my foot's like swaying back and forth. So I've always been nervous, but I always somehow knew to channel like my nervous energy just into my singing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think
I still get nervous. Everyone gets nervous.
all the time still when you sing.
Yeah, I still get nervous. Sometimes I go and I'm just like, I just feel nervous. Like I was even nervous today. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm not singing, but still, you know,
Yeah.
I still get nervous.
Well, it's good to do things that scare you in general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
How often are you singing in the subway nowadays?
Really?
The subway platform, rather.
Yeah.
Because do you sing in the actual subway, or do you sing mostly just in the platform?
I've sang on the platforms before, but that's not allowed as much
Yeah.
as singing on the, what is it called where I am?
The subway platform. Yeah. That's what maybe it's not the
No,
platform.
it's a different name, but.
What is the name of that area? It's like the area of before you go down the stairs to get to the subway platform.
But I can't think of it right now.
Is there a technical name for
that?
that?
There is a name. Right.
Producer Chris,
I can't remember.
Can we look this
I'm
up?
pretty sure. But
all right. Well, we'll get back to that if we do.
Either way, I go as often as I can.
Okay. Well, speaking of this, you mentioned legality of singing in this area. I'm actually curious. What is that? So do you just go for it, or?
Yes. I mean,
what are the rules? Are there like unwritten rules, or?
I don't know if I can give them all away, but basically you just have to kind of be careful where you're singing, because if you don't necessarily have a permit, you don't want to be singing somewhere like super residential, because then you might get complaints. You just got to find your loophole. I'm just going to say that.
You got to just use your best judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then find your spot.
Right. Oh, yeah. The spots are a big thing. We've talked about that before. Cool. All right. From @Eric_Lars_Thor. Weirdest thing you've seen while singing, and did you compose yourself? ?
Oh, my God. There's so many good ones. Okay. There's so many that come to mind. But the other day I was at a spot and I was singing, and some guy just like stood right in front of me, and then he put a speaker down. He took a microphone out of his bag, plugged it in, and then just started, as I'm singing, just like on his mic, just starts like talking nonsense, like just saying random things. I'm like, hello, hi, I'm singing, you know? But then he just, nothing fazed him. So I just kept singing. But then after like a song or two, I was like, I'm just going to leave this spot because the energy wasn't right. But it was weird.
Wow. How long ago was that?
Like maybe like 3 weeks ago or something.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That is weird.
It is weird. Yeah. See a lot of weird things.
This question is also from @LaraGrace.Marie. When did you first realize you had a good voice? Was there a moment when you sang and you're like, oh wow, I'm actually pretty good at this? Because I could kind of remember with photography. As a photographer, I was taking photos, and then I would take photos of my friends on the weekends when we would explore, whether it was like abandoned buildings or hiking, and I would post photos on Facebook actually, and then a couple of my friends from my high school would like comment on it and say these are cool photos. And then I realized, that was like a moment when I realized, wait, I feel like I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Like, did you have a moment like that? with singing.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, I feel like ever since I was a kid, I can remember, like, let's say, like a teacher being like really impressed with how loud my voice was, and I'd be like,
How loud it was, not how good it was, how loud it was.
Good and loud. It's just because I was always so small, and then I would sing, and I think it was probably at my first like public performance, which was at my cousin's bar mitzvah, and just seeing everyone's reaction. I think that was a moment where I was like, okay,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
but it's my voice, so I don't think of it like other people think of it.
Right. You've only had this voice since you've been born.
Forever.
Yeah, forever.
So it's like I hear it all the time. I'm like,
yeah. Do I ever listen to my own voice?
It's weird.
I guess we're kind of listening to our own voice now that, I mean, we can. But
speaking voice and like singing voice are so different.
Right.
Like I can sing in front of anyone. Talking, I'm like.
True.
Sorry.
All right. From at Chloe Gingrich.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Muncie, New York, but right now I live in New Jersey.
Okay. Where is Muncie, New York?
It's
New York's so big. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
Like New York City, the size of it, like not the size of
8 million
people. Well, there's a lot of people here, but like the actual size of it, it's really pretty small compared to the rest of New York. If you drive straight up in New York, I think you could drive for like 9 hours until you hit the top or something.
Yeah, it gets really crazy.
Yeah, but
there's a whole northern.
So I'm trying to picture New York right now. Mm-hmm. Where is it on the map? Muncie, New York.
So Muncie is like 30 minutes from the city. It's near. I don't know my directions very well, but I know it's near like Nanuet.
Don't know that town.
Pomona, New York.
Okay.
Maybe like kind of Westchester. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Cool. So it's a little north of Hackensack and Patterson. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know where Muncie is, but
yeah,
it's like 30 minutes away. It's really not that far.
And now you moved. What part of New Jersey are you in?
I live in Little Falls.
Can you point to that there? Is it on the screen?
If I could see it. I'm bad at finding things. Like, don't play the like.
Yeah, to see. Okay, cool. So Little Falls is close to Montclair. Okay.
Oh yeah, Little Falls. Okay.
Also, if you go a little bit more left, aka west,
it is. Yeah.
It's where I grew up. As soon as you pass the New Jersey state line, if you just keep going west, one of the first towns is Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where I grew up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Muncie, Little Falls.
Cool. Another question from at Mama Werty. Where other unusual places do you like sing? Wait. What other unusual places do you like singing at? Like you sing in the subway. Where else do you sing?
Yeah, I guess that's probably my most unusual. Well, I sang in the subway carts. Okay. So I feel like that gets a little more unusual than it's in the family, but
it's a totally different experience, right?
Super different, yeah.
Because in the subway carts,
yeah.
I'm thinking out loud.
I have a good one.
Yeah.
I sang in the parking lot of like a grocery store one time.
Oh,
it was like a shopping center.
Okay.
And I sang in front of I think it was like ShopRite or something.
Yeah.
And we got through a few songs. I was with my friend Lucas. He's a saxophone player. And then this guy came out of his like wine shop and was like, bye. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh.
He didn't like the singing? He just said bye?
He's just kind of like, you can't be doing this here. This is like a grocery store. And I was like, hey, we got our songs in.
If you ever come out with a rap song, that should be your producer tag. This is a grocery store. And then
I like that.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, I actually like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
From at Jana Gerber. Is there a listener who was a stranger you still remember for a specific reason?
Oh, yes. Yeah, all the time. Actually, just the other day, I feel like my most, the one that sticks out the most right now is that I was singing at 42nd Street and this girl, she came in, she snuck in through the turnstiles and then she stopped and she like started watching me. But then I kept seeing her like look around, like she was like touching the payphone. She was looking behind things.
Are we talking like a little girl, like a 5-year-old?
No. I would say she was in her 20s.
Oh, she's a grown up. Okay.
But she was definitely homeless.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you could tell like.
No, the way you're describing it, I thought you were talking about like a baby, like snuck under the turnstiles and was like listening.
This is why you
music.
have to. You just have to like ask those extra questions.
Yeah.
So I can paint it better. And then she's just looking around. And I'm singing, but I'm kind of like following her. I don't know why, because I'm just like, what is she doing? But then she came and just dropped some change in my bag. So she was looking for change to give to me. And I was like, that's really
humbling.
crazy.
Yeah. I
So
love that.
There are a lot of moments that I definitely remember and take with me.
Yeah. I'm so curious about all the tipping, like, because when you sing, you leave a hat out or your guitar or
it's just my the case for my speaker.
Okay.
I just leave that out. It's more of just an option, you know.
Nice.
It's like you can leave it if you want, but you don't have to.
Yeah. And you don't do you ever, I'm curious, do you ever like feel offended when someone is like sitting there like recording you, taking photos for a while, and you notice they're there for a while and they just leave and not even throw $1?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't care. I don't like want people to feel like that's what you have to do.
Right.
I feel like sometimes people come up to me and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry I don't have cash, or oh, you know, maybe they don't have their phone on them or their phone's dead. So there could be so many reasons.
Yeah.
But when people say that, I'm just like, it's okay. Like,
Right.
I'm not here for the money. Because if you still stopped and you felt some type of way in any way, like that's just the point, you know?
I love that. And then also
Yeah.
sometimes you have your like Venmo up there, Cash App, right?
Yeah,
So
it's definitely there just for, again, just like as an option, but it's never.
That's cool. I love feeling like no pressure in those situations, because sometimes I'm in similar situations.
Because I don't want to look at people like they're a wallet, you know?
Right. I personally, my rule of thumb is like, because I love subway musicians, just like street performers in general. And if I stop to like record or listen I have to tip something.
Yeah, I would be the same.
But
and of course,
I like hearing your perspective on that.
Yeah,
you know?
because you really can't judge. Like there's no right or wrong in the situation. I don't look at people and I'm like, asshole. You know what I mean? I'm just like, half the time I don't even realize, and sometimes they might not even realize. You just get like lost in the moment, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Next question it's also from @Jonagerber. What's the most beautiful moment you remember while singing in the subway? We could come back to it if you want. Okay.
Well, this one was, I have a lot of different ones, but this one was on the streets actually. So
okay.
I don't know if
that applies.
That counts. But I think I was telling you about this one time that I was singing on the streets in Times Square. I was with my friend, and there were two people that came, and they just put their mat down and started doing acro yoga to the songs we were singing. It was completely unexpected.
Yep.
Didn't know it was going to happen. Didn't know them. They're from Portugal. They happened to be in the city just that day for like 2 days or something. And they just said that they were moved by the music, and we had like a really big crowd, and everyone was just like in awe of it. I felt like I couldn't really focus on what I was singing because I was just watching them the whole time. Like you see me like putting my phone up to record it. I was just like, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
That's an amazing moment.
Because they were insane. Like they were really good.
Yeah. And we definitely talked about this because I mentioned like my sister, she's really into acro yoga.
Yeah. And it's so cool.
That's like her thing. Yeah.
I was watching it like, what the? Like everyone was just really, yeah. It was really cool.
That's awesome. Next question from _TheRealMask_. I like this question. What motivates your song selections? They're always really good and on point, with the on point emoji, like archery emoji.
There's so many, I feel like, different reasons why I choose what I choose. First, it's just what am I in the mood for? At the end of the day, I have to love what I'm singing because there's no way I can truly like give any emotion if I don't like my choice. Yeah. But there's also that sense of I like to bring like nostalgia or create like, there are just some songs that everyone knows, some songs that just always hit, like Dance Monkey. I'll pretty much always start off with that one because it's like, it doesn't matter, someone's gonna dance. It's crazy. It just always makes someone feel something.
Do you ever sing Tiny Dancer by Elton John? Because that one hits me.
I love that song.
Do you ever sing it?
I have, but not out.
Okay.
In public. So I'm gonna add that one.
Cool.
I'll post it. I'll tag you. But no, that would be a good one.
What's the song lately that you've been singing that hits? I forget the name of it, but that's the one I posted on my TikTok. So wait.
Got it.
This is how we met.
Driver's License
by
Olivia Rodrigo.
Right? Cool. Yeah, so this is actually how I met Nahscha. Is I was on my way home. This is like one of the first times I took the subway since the pandemic.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And I went to the city. I honestly forget what I was there for, but was on my way home, and I was struck by your voice and your presence, just like singing in front of like 5 people in the subway, but like singing your heart out, and I could feel the emotion. And I was with my friend Maxwell, and we stopped for like 10-15 minutes and listened to you sing, and then I recorded a little clip on my phone, and I posted it on my TikTok and my Instagram. And yeah, people,
I know, I was like, oh
shit. and then from there we found each other. Well, I guess I tagged you on my Instagram, but on TikTok I couldn't find your handle.
I know, it's because it has the underscore.
Yeah, and yeah, so that was cool. So from there we like started talking online, and then we made plans to like, I wanted to photograph you for my Today I Photograph project, which then like we met up like 2 weeks later.
Yes, you came and saw me again in the subways.
Yeah, and then we chilled a couple times since then, and now we're on this podcast.
I know.
So this is what I love about New York.
Exactly. So. That's why there's so many reasons I do what I do, but this is just the perfect example, is to make connection. Like, this is
what it's all about.
You know what I mean? Like, you never know who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna see, who's gonna like really ever in life, but especially, you're singing down there in the subways. It's a strange place to be, but it's full of gems. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Question from @Eloves2. Do you remember the first time singing at the subway, and what did it feel like? Did you feel judged? And judged is spelled JUGD. And I'm assuming Evs2 knows how to spell judge, but I'm guessing like she didn't have enough characters to fit in the question box, so she says judge, but it's still legible. So
yeah, okay,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's think. So the first time singing in the subways, I sang in the subway carts. So that was like my first real experience. I was with another girl, so that definitely helped, because that was something that she had done a lot. So I was kind of learning from her.
Who was this other singer?
Her name's Sam.
Cool.
Yeah. She goes by Just Sam.
Just Sam.
I met her at an American Idol audition.
Oh, wow.
So we met there. We went to like an open mic. I was like, oh, what do you do? Talking. She said she would sing in the subway carts, and I had already been.
How old were you at this time?
Oh, this is like 2 years ago.
Oh, not that long ago.
Yeah. I've been busking now for like 2 years.
Cool.
Or so. So I hadn't sang in the subways at that point yet. So when I heard she did it, I was like, I would love to come with you one time if you don't mind, and just get kind of the vibe of it. So my first time was in the cart itself.
Do you remember the train?
I want to say it was the A train. We did a few, because we kept just like switching. We would go from like cart to cart to cart.
Yeah.
And then just like do it for like over an hour or something, and sing like the same thing on the different cart. I
could imagine that was like a combination of feelings, like fun.
Oh, I was
scary.
Like frightened. Yeah. Because I sing in front of anyone, but the subway carts are just different. Like people just want their quiet. Even when I'm in the subways, it's the mezzanine. Right. That's what it's called.
Oh, the mezzanine. There we go.
Okay, it just came to me.
The name of the floor where she sings from in the subway station is called the mezzanine.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, we were doing it back here, and
I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure.
Let's go with it. That's a good word.
But yeah, when I'm there, it's more like, people could still be like, I didn't ask you to sing, but at least you can like walk away.
Yeah.
But in the carts, you're kind of stuck. So,
it's 2 different experiences. In the subway cart, you're literally in an enclosed space, and you can't really get away if you want to. You're like, people are forced to listen to you.
And you only have such a short amount of time to do it. You have to do it quick.
It's a totally different experience.
It's completely different. You have to like get on, say like a whole thing, sing it, and then, try and collect the tips all in the amount of time that the subway is going to stop at the next stop. You know what I mean?
You prefer singing on the mezzanine.
Yes, for sure. I think I only did the carts for exactly that reason. Kind of that question was to get over that fear of the judgment, because especially when you're inside the carts, you're like, Like one time some guy was like, she was like, oh, we're going to sing. And he's like, please don't,
Yeah.
But then we just kept going. So it was like those moments that you're like, no, you just got to keep going.
I personally, one of my favorite things about New York is showtime, which is, for anyone not familiar, is when you're on the subway and a bunch of kids usually all of a sudden say showtime, and then they have their little portable speaker. They blast some music, and then they do all these acrobatic moves with all the poles that are on the subway, flip upside down.
You never know what's
take
gonna
their
happen.
shoe, like flip their hat off and land it on their shoe, flip it back up, land it on their head.
Yeah,
it's kind of incredible, and there's like a bunch of people that do it.
So cool. Like you never know kind of what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's also a controversial topic. A lot of people hate it. I personally like
But
it.
exactly, that's the thing. But that's the beautiful thing about it is like the people that don't like it, okay, cool. You're the small percentage. You know what I mean? There are more people that love it than don't like it.
I feel like it's about half and half, but we'll never know. We should get a statistic. Okay. On to the next question. Let's see. Oh, on the next page. At Rena_CDM. Did she try out for The Voice or American Idol? You kind of touched upon it in the last question, but
Yes, I have. I started auditioning when I was about 12. So I've done American Idol about like 3 times. I've done The Voice, I think like 4 times, and America's Got Talent 3 times. The first one I did was America's Got Talent. And yeah, so I've done them a lot.
cool. And
Never
then,
made it on, but it's okay.
Yeah, so what is that experience like? Do you wait in line for
Forever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, more when I first started trying out. So like when I was younger, I remember the auditions were like way more excruciating because you get there like super early. You have to wake up at like 4 a.m, and then you're just like online forever with hundreds of people, just like cattle.
You have to stay in
what I'm
line. Like, what
saying?
if you have to pee? Like, what do? You just don't? Like,
That's a good question. I don't remember. I probably would. No, yeah. You just wait.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
something
if you
I would get
really.
nervous about
Oh yeah,
if
no,
I
that.
was waiting in that line to sing. If I could
Yeah, no,
sing.
you definitely get nervous.
Yeah. Fun fact: my mom tried out for American Idol, or no, she tried out for America's Got Talent one year.
Really? What's her
Yeah.
talent?
Rapping. Yeah, she's a.
What? I want to hear.
She's a Jew. She raps
She's
about
a-
Jewish things.
A rapping
She has a song
Jew?
called the Hanukkah Rap. Actually, I think there's a music video for it.
Oh my god, you have to send that to
Yeah,
me.
I gotta show you.
What?
Oh wow, producer Chris is bringing it up on the YouTube right now. Yeah, if you just
I
search
have to see
Hanukkah
this.
Rap, oh, someone else is. If you search Hanukkah Rap, Eva Grazel. My mom's name is Eva Grazel.
This is about to be the best.
Probably
thing
my
I've ever
biggest
seen.
inspiration in life. Gray is in the color, and then ZEL as in.
She's already my inspiration.
I suppose you know the story of this holiday. Candles, presents, dreidels to play.
Like those lights for Hanukkah. 8 little candles in our menorah.
Yo, your mom's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, I love her. She's incredible. These photos
What?
are very
this is
dramatic.
so cute. She
Little
made a
candles,
Hanukkah song.
8 little candles in my menorah.
Oh shit.
And
Hey, 8 little candles.
Yeah.
8 little
Technically,
candles.
it's 9 candles if we're counting the
I know.
what's yeah
The middle one.
what's yeah wait, do we have time to watch one more music video? I think she has a better one. Okay, if you go to her page, so she has an actual music video with choreographers and everything, or like backup dancers and everything.
I'm
If you
excited.
Well, she's also an oral cancer survivor, so she raps about that too. So this was the video I was thinking about, the oral cancer
Wow.
save a life rap. If you just want to play a little clip of that really quick, this one's really cool.
My name is Eva Grazel. I got a story to tell. I thought it was a canker, so it just wouldn't go away. It hurt, and my dentist had nothing to say. I told the oral surgeon the sore won't quit. It even gave me an earache. I was sick of it.
I think
love her.
how much is? I think we don't have to watch this whole thing. Yeah,
Wow, she's so awesome.
yeah. She's actually, now that I think of it, she should be a guest on my podcast. There's a lot to
Yes,
talk
oh
about
my
with her.
God.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
That would be cool.
call my mother right after this podcast and
Be
see if she's
like-
interested. I'm gonna fly her in, or we could do it remote. Well,
Yeah, she's
Yeah, she lives in Florida. On to the next question. It's a simple one.
Cool.
Or actually, we said this question already. Okay. I clicked this page already. Whoops. Okay. From @Karine_Lafleur. Have you ever been to Montreal? Very random question, but have you?
No. I've been to Canada, but not Montreal.
Okay.
I don't even remember what part of Canada I was in, to be honest.
How long ago was it? Like a long time ago? You don't remember?
I was where was I? Oh, it was high school time. I don't remember what are you,
that's
like
fine.
16? I went on a cruise.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
cruise was
Canadian
to Canada.
Okay. That sounds cool. Sounds fun. I actually
it
went
wasn't.
I went on a family trip to Canada that was not fun.
It wasn't fun
At
either
the time,
for me.
in retrospect,
So we're the
I think it
same.
would be a lot of fun, but at the time
Yeah.
I did not like it because we went to Canada to stay in an ice hotel.
yeah, like
it was literally a hotel made out of ice, and all I remember is we stayed in this hotel. I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I stayed in a bed made out of ice with a blanket. And there was like a backup hotel like down the street that if we couldn't like sleep the night, that we would stay there. And I tried so hard to sleep in this ice bed, but I kept waking up, and at like 3 a.m. as like a 10 or 11-year-old, I was like, all right, I need to go to this hotel.
that
And
sounds terrible.
yeah, I walked down the street. I mean, it was in retrospect. I
mean,
think it was
that's
a really
pretty cool.
really
Yeah,
cool
that's
family
cool, but
trip idea.
I feel like sleeping on an ice bed would be hard, though.
yeah, it's
I don't know.
definitely hard.
Like,
yeah, I
it's
think a
literally
water
just
bed.
ice.
Yeah, it's literally ice. Yeah, it was straight up. It was straight up ice bed. It looked really cool. But not ideal.
Were there
for-
blankets?
There was a blanket, and I had a sleeping bag.
Do they put sheets on an ice bed?
Honestly, it was so long ago, I don't
That's
remember.
crazy. I
But
don't know.
There was a bar there, and the cups were literally made out of ice. And I think I got an apple juice. I don't know. All right. Anyway, enough about Canada.
Dangerous.
From at Offbeat Look, what's your end goal for your career / life in general?
Whoa. I'm like, well, that's a big question.
Also, on this podcast, you get 2 skips, so if you don't
that's
want to answer
true.
one of these
That's
questions.
true. No, I mean, I'm very much of like a day by day kind of girl, but I feel like my end goal is just to still be making music, putting my music out, and being able to like make connections with other people, and yeah,
Cool.
I'm gonna say that that's my goal, to connect with other people.
That's good. Question from at Zoe Bands.
Mhm.
What's your advice for starting to sing in NYC?
I would say to always have someone with you, bring someone to look out for you, and just kind of
Are you talking specifically singing in the subway?
yeah, well, I guess really even if you were just to like sing on the streets too, still good
Yeah.
just to have some, because I used to do it all the time by myself, but when I look back, it's not smart.
Yeah. Well, is your advice as a singer in New York, would you advise someone to start singing in the subway? Do you think it's a good idea for a lot of musicians?
Yes. But I think, I wouldn't like advise like,
You have to have a
like-
personality for it. You have to have the
It's more like I wouldn't want someone to be like, 10 years old and be like, oh yeah, I need to go start singing in the subways. Like, it has to be, you have to be, like I said, someone has to kind of be with you or be watching you. But I do advise literally anyone, whether you're like a singer, a dancer,
Right.
just if you're in the arts, I would advise you, to do it, because I think that's the scariest stage.
Do you have a go-to person that comes with you, or a couple
Yes.
of people? Can you shout them out?
We've got Mo, we've got Mask, sometimes Doc.
Cool.
Those are pretty much the people that kind of hang around.
Cool. Shout out to them.
And shout out to them.
All right. From at Senorito. Both O's are spelled with zeros. Who was your biggest inspiration, or who is your biggest inspiration?
So funny. Someone asked me this the other night, and I'm going to say the same thing. I don't really have a specific inspiration. For me, it's like life moments that inspire me, or moments in my
Cool.
life.
Kinda like-
I don't have like one specific person, like, oh, they're my biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
If I were to pick anyone, I would say my bubby, which is my grandmother.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm just very much more inspired by.
That's a Jewish thing. We
Life.
call our grandmothers Bubby, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So she's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
From at Woodhouse Greenhouse. Is it difficult or embarrassing or overexposed to sing in the location? It must take courage.
Yeah, it is definitely a very vulnerable situation, I would say, because you meet a lot of interesting characters down there, a lot of good, but then there's also some, it's a subway, so you have to be careful. So it can be a little difficult in that sense. Just you can't always control some of the energies.
Right. It's not a controlled environment.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say embarrassing because I don't care. I just go to sing and have fun.
Yeah, that's a good attitude with it. From @callfio underscore @call_Fio. How many siblings do you have?
Oh, so I have 7.
Whoa.
I'm one of 8 kids and I'm the 8th child. 4 boys, 4 girls.
All right, can we talk about this a little bit more?
What do you want to know?
How do you feel being the youngest of 8th? What's that like? Because I'm one of 2. I'm the
I
older
love
brother.
the number 8, so I'm
Yeah.
happy about being the 8th one.
Cool.
I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like people are always like, whoa, that's like really so big, you know? But I guess when you are one of 8 or one of a bigger number, you don't even really feel like you're just like, oh.
Yeah, are holidays fun to be all together?
Well, to be honest, we are kind of all spread out, so we don't really get all together. We kind of
Okay.
live all over the world.
Who's the furthest away?
I have a sister in South Africa.
Whoa,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Never been there before.
Me either, but I would love to go.
Same here. From @IamLarig. What is your goal, and do you write your own songs too? I guess you already answered what is your goal. So do you write your own songs too?
Yeah, I do. I write all my music. I also like co-produce because I play the piano. I make loops,
Nice.
mess around with that. So
Cool.
yeah, I pretty much do all that. All my songs are written.
Yeah, what is
by
that?
me.
What is that machine called where you can make a loop? You like step on it and
Loop
then
pedal.
loop pedal.
Yeah.
Those things look fun. I don't know
They
that
are
much about
fun.
music, but like I see people.
Yeah.
making- yeah.
They're super fun. I have a loop pedal and I like to make loops on them. Actually, the next song I'm going to put out, like the base of the song is like a loop that I made. So it's going to be fun.
Cool. And you already have the song set. You know what the lyrics
Yeah.
are and everything.
Mhm.
Can we? Is it possible to get a little preview? Can you like sing a little like a line from it, like right here? I mean, these mics are high quality, so
Let's
maybe.
see. I've been thinking about you, and even though it's been some time, the thought of you still makes me smile. I talked about you today for the first time in a while. It's been a long time. That's all you get. Woo!
Damn. That was great.
Thank you.
I should get you to sing. Can you sing just like for fun? Can you just say like the Ask Not Me Anything podcast? Can you just like sing that?
Right now,
Yeah, why not?
sing those words.
Sing those words. I just want to make. Can you make it sound
Let's see.
pretty?
Welcome to Ask Not Me Anything podcast.
That was yeah, for real. We'll talk about that later because I want to buy that off you.
Yeah, you're like, it's gonna cost. Yeah.
Oh,
They're
damn.
like, you have to sign off one idea.
Amazing. From @joke_that's_me_.
I
If
like
you-
that name.
If you could sing with anyone in the subway, who would it be and what song?
Wow. Ooh,
It's a good question, right?
that is good.
That question ain't no joke.
Hold on, let me think about this.
Yeah.
If I could sing with anyone.
Dead or alive, it could be.
Oh, dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive. I'm going to throw that in there.
Cool. Amy Winehouse.
Oh, wow.
I feel like that'd be a cool collab.
Absolutely.
I feel like it'd be a vibe.
And would it be one of her songs, I'm assuming, or would it be a
Sure,
different
she could
song?
pick.
Okay,
Amy gets to pick.
cool. From @Tucker Lorenzen, do you have any musical training?
Yes, I do. I went to Coastal Carolina University and I got my degree in music. So I got my bachelor's. I did all vocal training for opera. So everything was operatic.
Operatic. I didn't know that was a word.
Yeah.
I like that.
So classically trained is basically
Yeah.
what I'm getting at. Yeah.
I could, now that I think of it, just hearing you sing, I could, by the certain chords you hit, I could, I feel like I could tell you have like an opera background.
Cool. Yeah. I could see. I mean, yeah, that's cool that you can pick up on that. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
That's dope.
yeah. Okay. Well, can I ask you to sing one more time? Like, can you do an opera? I don't think I've ever been to the opera before. Can you? Is that possible? Also, you could say no, but I'm just curious.
Let's see.
Yeah, you get two
I
skips.
do get two
This
skips,
could be a
but
skip.
I'm not like I'm all about like going for it. So let's see. I'll just do like one line or something.
And then what is one line called in opera music, or is it just literally a line?
No, I just meant like one line. Like
Okay.
I'll just do something quick.
Okay.
Okay. Amarilli mia bella, non credo del mio cor, dolce desio d'essere tu, l'amor mio, credilo por. No, I'm good.
That was beautiful.
So yeah, I haven't done that one in a while. So nobody judge my Italian. I don't know. It's been a while.
I heard Bella. That's how I knew it was Italian for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to one up you really quick. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, I
yeah,
know.
if
I think we should do a duet.
if you're trying to collab, yeah. Oh, we could duet on TikTok, right? Oh, to actually duet.
We
Okay.
could.
I forgot the original meaning of a duet is actually to duet. It's not to
I'm
like
like, we
collab
could.
on TikTok.
We could
Damn.
do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we could.
All
We
right.
could do
Let's
it.
talk, we have a lot to talk about after this podcast.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
I can't believe I just sang opera. That's super funny.
That's what happens on this podcast. I
Yeah, you
guess.
never know.
You never know. Next question from @Diane_Brancato_Leva. So many question mark. Sing FaceTime ? Or have another job ? Best. Wow, these are a lot of questions in one, Diane. Best best money tip ? Most tips in one day ? Best place to sing. All right, so this is
go
loaded.
on both.
Let's do a fire round if we can
Okay.
for this question
Whoa, okay.
for Diane. I'm not sure what the first two mean, but do you have another job?
My job is singing.
Job
Yes,
is singing.
that's
Cool. Next question. Best tip that you've gotten.
$100.
Cool. And then
Like
what's
in
the,
one tip. Yeah.
What's the story there? Is there?
Ooh. Well, there's a few, but the most recent one was actually the other day. I have it on my TikTok, actually. I was singing. And then this guy, honestly, like, it was a shocker to me. He was just like standing on the side. He wasn't even there very long. And then he came over and he dropped in what I thought was a 10 at first, but then as it got closer, I saw it was a 50. And I
There's
was
an
like,
extra zero there.
yeah, I was like, was that a 50?
Yeah.
I'm like mouthing that. And then I look, I see a 50. And then he walked away, like he dropped it. I'm like, thank you. He didn't say anything. He left. And then when the song was done, I went to kind of look at it. And as I walked to look over, I see him walking back to me. And I was like, uh-oh, like, I don't know why. I was like, is he going to say something to me? Or maybe he's like, I don't know. Why would he come back? And then
Yeah.
he just handed me another 50. And
Oh
then I
my
was like,
God.
oh my God, thank you. And then he just walked away and didn't say anything. And I was like,
So mysterious and moved.
it was super mysterious.
Yeah.
I felt like I call him an angel.
That's a beautiful act right there.
You
I hope
see
he's
some
I
beautiful
hope
things.
I hope he's listening to this podcast right now. Maybe he
I
got
hope
your
so.
Instagram from the sign and
I hope so,
connected.
because I don't know. I feel like he was just like, he was like there and then he was gone. It was crazy.
yeah.
That was weird.
Most tips in one day.
I mean, I've
You don't have to share it too. You still have a skip.
That's true. I'll
It's
skip that.
okay.
I'll skip that just because
Alright,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
like, yeah.
And then last question from Diane. Best place to sing.
Subways.
Any subway stop particularly?
42nd Street in front of the marble wall.
Ooh.
It's my favorite.
Is there a time? Do you go there on like one time like every week that people can just like try to come and see you, or they just got to get lucky?
I honestly just kind of got to get lucky because I really can't promise any specific time or day. Like sometimes I get there. That's another thing about it that you might not, or people don't realize, that like I have to compete for spots in a sense, because I'm not the only person who's
Yeah.
trying to do this and there's no set schedule. So I can get there and someone could be there, then I have to go somewhere else. So if I tell you I'm going to be there and then I get there and then someone's there, then I got to now I gotta like
Oh, yeah,
tell a
right.
bunch of people like
Right,
that
right.
I'm not gonna. I
Right.
don't know. Sometimes I try to just take a picture and be like, oh, I'll be here. But sometimes I feel like that's not always the safest decision
Right.
either. So I
Just gotta get lucky.
yeah, if you come across me, cool.
Cool. Well, thanks for all those questions, Diane. I like a lot of those questions.
Yeah, they were good.
Next we got a double question. Double question from Julie, aka at JU_Lee7799. What is your favorite spot to sing? Oh, we kind of already recognize. Okay, so next question from Julie. Does anyone ever try to jump in and sing with you? So you mentioned before that someone jumped in and didn't sing with you, but just like spieled all this random stuff. But does anyone ever actually try to jump in and sing along with you?
Yes, kind of. That story was definitely the most one like that, I guess, where
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
had like another mic. But I just think of this one guy. We call him we call him Raj. He's on my TikTok, but
Okay.
he wasn't necessarily singing with me, but he was just like screaming alongside my ear the whole entire time. So it's no one really is like, oh, let me sing. Actually, I lied. I've had that question before,
Okay.
but I don't want to give people my mic. I don't,
Right. But
COVID.
does anyone come sing with you that without the mic, like you sing some songs that other people know?
No, sometimes people, I just can hear them off to the side singing along,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like the other guy I was talking about, he was like right next to me. Like
Right,
you can hear
during
him in the
COVID,
videos,
yeah.
like screaming. He's like, ah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the
As I'm singing, I'm like,
the energy is there, but not the common courtesy.
no. But he was sweet though. I think he just was like really like having the time of his life. So I was fine with it.
Right.
Just like it's fine.
Cool. Next question is from Lucky Braxton. Is she trying to get signed or do it all herself independently?
I mean, I'm independent right now, and I'm definitely gonna stay that way unless something fits. Because I'm not. That's not necessarily my goal. I'm not like trying to get signed.
Right.
If something comes my way, it would have to be the right fit. But
Do you have any like dream scenario of a certain label reaching out to you or not even?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
I just take
Just
it
go with
all
the
as
flow,
it comes.
day
Yeah,
by day.
day by day.
This is Nahscha.
Yeah.
From at Caro.3. What gave you the courage to sing in public?
Woo.
Yeah, are you the type of person that's just courageous in general in public settings, and could you like speak in front of your classroom easily, or was this like totally like surprise yourself by being able to sing in the subway, or were you always this type of person?
I feel like no, I've always been a little more shy. I feel like, honestly, like I've always been able to sing, but like talking, I always say that's different for me. Talking in front of people, I find it harder. It makes me a little more like shy and reserved. I feel like getting the courage is I don't know.
I mean, I guess you got it from your friend who you mentioned, Sam. Did you say her name was Sam?
Okay, well, to be honest, I always say like the courage really came from, I had an incident like 2 years ago where I got robbed
Oh,
at gunpoint. So for me, that was a really big moment. And after that, I just told myself I wasn't going to be like scared of anything, because for a bit I was scared of the world. And before that I had never been, and I didn't like that. And then I like moved away, and then I came back. And then when I came back, I was like, all right, it's like all or nothing. So I just started like going crazy and like singing in the streets.
wow. So it was almost a blessing in a way that you got robbed, because it made you.
I say that all the time. It was such like a crazy event, and it was one of like the worst moments in my life, but at the same time it has been the best thing for my life.
Wow. That's incredible. Not that you got robbed, but the experience that came out of that.
No, it is.
Like I love anyone that can. I love when people in general can turn a bad situation and like look on the bright side of it and learn from it and grow from it in whatever way.
It's
that-
all
that means for them.
perspective, you know,
Yeah.
because when something like that happens, or really like any type of tragic event, things that give you like whatever, you know, you can get very lost in the aftermath of it.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
we all go through traumatic experiences in our life.
exactly, and then you can choose to like hide, you know, but you can't. You gotta risk being seen.
I mean,
so.
we all deal with it in different ways, but I think a great form of therapy for dealing with these things is art. and like,
Exactly,
singing and
exactly.
how
So
you turn this and you turn telling the
yeah.
story into
So like the
music.
fear like motivates me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like I feel like and like not like you can do anything. Life is short, you know what I'm saying?
You can.
You
do
never know
anything.
what's gonna happen, so just go for it.
Yeah. From
That's how I feel.
at Ian Pocreef of photography, have you written any of your own songs?
Yes,
All right, let's.
I
talk
write them
about it.
all.
Well, we got Lottery, which is
Yes,
out
it's
everywhere.
my baby.
Out everywhere now. Tell us
Yes.
about the song a little bit. So this
So-
is this your like debut
Yes.
single?
Mm-hmm. The
Mhm.
Lottery is it's the first single I've ever released,
Okay.
and I just released it in December. And yeah, what else should I say about it?
I mean, tell me about the song a little bit. What's the story behind it? Like, what makes it? It's your first
okay.
single. I'm sure it's a special.
So when I
song.
wrote this, when I wrote this one, it was like a little over a year ago. I wrote it pretty quick. I feel like at the time, I was just having that moment where, you feel like things are just kind of heavy, or you're just kind of lost in your thoughts, and people are just kind of like maybe disappointing you and not really living up to expectations. So that's kind of where I had that idea of like, I thought I won the lottery when you spoke to me. Now I could see it was never going to be what you said. You put shit in my head. And then it was just kind of, these feelings become worse late at night.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of that whole vibe of when you're just sitting there kind of thinking about all these things.
And then
And that's what it felt like.
another layer that I saw that you did for this song is you made a TikTok dance to promote it, which I think is really cool.
I
and
did.
of the times.
Mhm.
So did you get a choreographer to make this dance, or did you make it
No.
up yourself?
Me and my friend Yevgeny just did it ourselves.
Okay. And you've been getting people duetting it, right? Or
I know it's fun to see people do it. It makes me really happy. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, because we really just did it for fun, just to like, add like another fun vibe to the song.
yeah, I think it's smart and fun.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta make a TikTok. I think every song I put out, I'm gonna make a TikTok dance. Why not?
Question from at Lopez Abidi.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into singing? I guess, did we already answer that question? We kind of did.
I
But
mean,
I
it's literally. I feel like singing was
It's
to me
ingrained in you.
first.
It's
Like,
ingrained in you,
it
right?
didn't really give me a choice. I was just like born, and they were like, "You're gonna sing,"
Yeah.
or my brain said that. I don't know. Just always, that's just always been singing. I've ever since I was a kid, I just never shut up.
Cool. And then that brings us to our final question, which is a bonus question that I actually wrote because we were talking about it right before we recorded this podcast, which is your real name actually isn't Nahscha. So I want to hear the story with it. When did
It's
you switch
not.
it? Why did you switch it? Yeah.
I switched it because I love my name. Don't get me wrong, I do.
Which is what?
My real name is Naomi Schulman, and I love my name. It's a great name. But to be honest, it's a few different things. It's strategy, because there's so many Naomis, and I wanted to have something that wasn't Naomi. Like, I feel like when it came to my music and my singing, I always felt like it was just a different world, or it was like a different part of me. And I always thought of a different name, and I would go through different ones, and nothing ever fit. People call me Songbird. I'm like, Songbird. I'm like, nah, it doesn't fit. Aria. I'm like, oh, no, it doesn't fit. Like, nothing really fit. And then one night, I was just putting my name together, like Naomi and Schulman, and I just came up with Nahscha. But I came up with it like maybe months before I ever even actually changed it, because I sat on it for a little. I'm like, should I do it? Should I do it? But then I realized, I was like, yeah, because it also got annoying to, like, when I was singing in the subway carts, I'd be like, oh, follow me at NAOMISCHUL.
Right.
Like, your name's so long.
Yeah, Nahscha's so easy.
Yeah, so I was like,
yeah.
shorten it, boom. And at the end of the day, no one had the name. So I wanted to take it
Love it.
before anyone else did.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah, I don't know any other Nahshas. You're the only Nahscha I know. So
Yeah, but then if you click in,
Naomi,
Naomi,
yeah.
Naomi Campbell, Naomi
Yeah.
Watson, it's a beautiful name, but I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll let them have it.
Yeah.
Take
Cool.
something else.
Well, that wraps up the questions. So thanks so much for
Cool.
being a part of this podcast.
Thank you
the
for
second
having me.
episode. Yeah, this was really fun catching up with
It
you and doing
was.
over this pod. Where can people find you on social, on Spotify, or like what's the best way to listen to your music and see your stuff?
You can find it everywhere. I mean, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on YouTube, it's on SoundCloud. You could see me on TikTok, Instagram, all over.
Cool. And it's just at
In
Nahscha,
the subways.
At Nahscha,
Yes.
NAHSCHA.
I also have different gigs I do as well in Jersey. So if you check my website, you could see like what dates
Cool.
I have and where I'll be.
Cool. All right. Well, that about wraps up the
Yes.
episode. Would you like to say any last words or sing any last thing before we wrap it? That's actually personally me just wanting you to hear you sing one more time.
Like, Ma.
Goodbye.
I'm like, what do you want to hear? Thank you.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to the second episode of the Ask Not Me Anything podcast featuring Nahscha. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.